Well, I think definitely the U.S. Policy is spread too thinly, but I think much more important for investors is whether Western policymakers are really pursuing too many things at the same time. And what I mean by that is that a lot of the really big picture items like de-risking from China or de-risking from climate change are very commodity intensive, very capex intensive. Whereas de-risking from Russia or the instability in the Middle East, the problem with that is that it curtails the supply of commodities. And so I think that when you put all of those together, you have a very clear 2-3 year investment horizon where prices just have to keep going higher, particularly for those very important commodities that will be used in the transition towards more EVs or onshoring, friendshoring. All of that is going to require things being built, rebuilt, new trains, new planes, new automobiles. And I think that's the world we're going to live in for at least next couple of years.
And of course, there's also the Fed at the same time cutting interest rates, that China is also stimulating its economy and reflating. Plus, of course, war is inflationary. Do you think, therefore, that the short period that we've enjoyed where inflation has been hammered down by interest rate hikes around the world, do you think that this is shortly going to be over?
I think it's at risk. Absolutely. I mean, recession is something that would definitely solve the inflation in the short term. But the Fed has clearly front-loaded, basically more than a third of expected rate hikes within 7 weeks of the U.S. election, which is a lot. And then, of course, on September 26th, we got that Politburo shock meeting that wasn't expected. And Chinese policymakers suddenly pivot pretty aggressively, at least rhetorically, on the issue of fiscal policy. So, yeah, I would argue that those are more shorter-term cyclical issues. When you combine those with the secular thesis that I presented on sort of the geopolitical impossible trinity, or trying to de-risk through too many things, it does seem to me like commodities could be in for a pretty good run.